There are many ways that Google Classroom can be taken to the next level to support student learning, beyond just sharing files and resources with students. One of the ways is developing literacy supports and content literacy through the use of tools like Google Docs. In this video, we'll take a look at the Explore tool built into Google Docs to help support classroom research and organization of information, pictures, and even stuff from your own Google Drive. Check it out.
I want my students to use Google Classroom for more than just receiving files and videos. So in this example, I want my students to gather some research using Google Docs and send it to me using Google Classroom. Here's how we'll do it. First, in a Google Doc, I've set up a template. I've included a table to help students organize different websites and different pictures for things they're researching. I've used the cool fonts in here and colors to make it appealing, and I'm ready to send it to my students. So in my Google Classroom, I'm going to create an assignment, give a few instructions, add it to a topic, then I'll add my template. I'll add it from Google Drive, and it will show up as my most recent file. So once I see that, I'll choose Insert, and because I want each of my students to get their own copy of this file, I'll change the share privileges to make a copy for each student. When I'm ready, I hit the Assign button, and that's all there is to it. Flipping over to my student view, students can now go into their Google Classroom, and they can see that particular assignment. They open it up, they choose View Assignment, and in this area, in addition to the instructions, they'll see under their work their own copy of this particular research template. It even includes their name on it. So all they need to do is open it up. It'll open in a new tab, and away they go. So what they'll notice in here is a place for them to put in all this information that I've given them. Now they can just focus on the thinking task at hand. To accomplish this, they're going to use the assistance of the Explore tool, which is a wonderful research tool built right into Google Docs. In the bottom right-hand corner, they'll see a little icon that looks like a compass. When they mouse over it, it expands to the word Explore, and when I click it, it pops open on the right side of the screen. So in this case, I want my students to be able to find some great websites and some great pictures that we can use as a class for some research on different parts of a plant. So I'm just going to type in a term, plant root, and I often find that especially if I'm looking for websites, adding the word kids is a good search term, particularly for elementary students. So students would have the ability to click on and go through these different websites. Let's imagine they find some great websites that they want. What they can do, watch this everybody, they can take that website, click and drag the entire website from that list of search results, drag it and drop it right into their table. It shows up as the exact hyperlink it was. But that's not all. Next to every web search, there is the option to cite it as a footnote. So if I click that, you'll see a little footnote number 1 appear there, and if I scroll down, there it is at the bottom. So they can do that for every source. And even in elementary, whether it's even grade 3 or up, students can learn that it's important to cite sources they find on the internet. Now over to pictures. I can see in addition to web results, I have options for images. Now my search term being plant root for kids, I want to drag and drop that picture right inside. I can hit the plus button, but what I'm going to do is just drag and drop once again. It will resize the picture to the width of the column if you put it in a table. And that is as easy as it is for students to gather this research. At whatever point, students, if it's in a Google Doc, they can use the Turn In button right here in the upper right-hand corner. Now remember, there's no Save button in Google Docs because every time you do anything, every keystroke is saved automatically. If they want to, they can go back to their Google Classroom. They could use the private comments area to ask their teacher some questions. But at whatever point they want, they can hit this Turn In button. It'll turn it back into the teacher. And then the teacher can very easily find out what students have handed in. Let me just flip back to the teacher view for a moment. And if I have opened this up, I can see that one student has turned it in. If I click on that, I can locate the student work, open it up. Now the beautiful news is in Google Classroom, I don't even have to wait till my students turn it in. I can see which students have even started that. And because we're linked through Google Classroom, I can see their work in progress. So that's the Explore tool, a wonderful tool that brings a web search, it brings an image search, it'll even let you search your own Google Drive for great results. Pictures are copyright free. It's a great non-distracting tool that helps students look for information.